of a union plumber. My dad was local 8 in Kansas City. I had 4 uncles that were at that union and about 5 cousins. My brother's an iron worker, and I have another cousin who's with UAW. When we talk about right to work for less, it's very personal to me because I know how it affects my family directly. And in fact, I grew up clearly as a union child. I benefited greatly from my dad's union wages. When I started college at a private college, William Jewell and Liberty, my dad paid cash for my college as a union plumber. And so I'm very concerned about what happens with right to work for less. But I really want to give you something that you can talk to your neighbors and your friends who are not union, who don't understand what it means to have and be a union family. So let me give you some examples as the prosecutor. When I was prosecuting, I never failed to prosecute any case of prevailing wage that came to my office. But I had a case where the iron workers, the sheet metal workers, and the head of the AFL-CIO in Kansas City contacted me. We had a major remodeling project going on in one of the high schools. They were remodeling the grandstands. These grandstands were going to hold 4,000 to 5,000 people on any given Friday night football game. And so imagine the silver bleachers that they're redoing, and the iron workers and the sheet metal workers say to me, they're using the wrong bolts. They're using the wrong basic materials. These bleachers won't hold up. And so imagine, if you will, for a moment, a Friday night football game, and 4,000 or 5,000 people on those bleachers, moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, children running and playing underneath the bleachers, and down at the end are the high school students jumping up and down cheering their team on. And those bleachers are defective, and those bleachers break apart, and they fall. So imagine what injuries and what possible deaths we might have had there been that kind of injury and that kind of catastrophe. But instead, we were able to get the school to listen to the iron workers and the sheet metal workers. We were able to get the project stopped. They went in with skilled union workers, went in and corrected the problems that were there, and they built safe bleachers, safe grandstand. On a Friday night, my husband goes to that football game and watches that football team. I have sat on those very bleachers myself, knowing that they're safe. I know that I'm in a community where I don't have to worry that those bleachers are going to fall and hurt someone. That's what unions bring to the table. Unions bring safety, they bring skilled workers, they bring knowledgeable workers. And that's exactly what we need in our communities. That's what brings us safe structures, it gives us safe roads, it gives us the safety and the knowledge knowing that we are in a community where something isn't going to have a catastrophe. I want to talk about for a minute, Steve mentioned paying dues, paying membership fees. You know, that's one of the things, I'm a lawyer, I've been a lawyer for 25 years. I pay a fee to get to work. At this point, I believe that as Attorney General, we need someone in there that will have the prosecutorial experience that is required. I believe that I have that experience. I believe that I am well suited to be your next Attorney General. I would encourage you all to talk to your friends, to talk to your neighbors, to talk to them about why they want what the unions bring, and that's our safety in our communities. So I thank you very much for having me here this evening. I'm going to try and get to whoever brought those beans. I'm wanting some of those beans back there. So thank you guys very much for having me. I really appreciate it.